it's Chuck Wilson, Bootlegger Guitar. Hope you're all well out there. Today I want to discuss the Ace Bass Bootlegger Guitar. We introduced this at NAMM 2020. This is the black version. It comes in both black, white, and then the honey natural wood look. So what I want to do is do a comparison of the Bootlegger Ace bass to the Ibanez EHB 1000, which is a beautiful bass. I'll go over the stats and look at the two objectively. First off, let's go through the stats. And I'll post these here so you can review it. The Ibanez EHB 1000 compared to the Bootlegger Guitar Ace. The EHB is listed at $1,100. The Ace is listed in the high sixes, both 4-string headless basses, both right-handed, both have polyurethane finishes. The Ibanez has a basswood body, while the Bootlegger has a maple neck through with basswood wings. The neck on the Ibanez is maple and walnut. The neck on the Bootlegger is maple. The neck radius on the Ibanez is 19.6, and the neck radius on the Ace is 13.5. The fingerboard, I believe, on the Ibanez, it states it's maple. The fingerboard on the Bootlegger is Brazilian rosewood. They both have the abalone dots, where the Bootlegger has the abalone diamonds on the neck fretboard. They're both 24 frets, both 34-inch scale. The Ibanez nut is plastic. The Bootlegger nut is graphite. They both use their monorail bridge systems. Ibanez uses Ibanez tuners, where Bootlegger uses BMK South Korean excellent tuners. Pickups, Ibanez offers the Bartoloni humbucker system, the active system, where Bootlegger has the passive system. The Roger Coase has the Tesla passive pickups, as I'm holding on my lap. Both use 45 D'Addario strings, both use single ball strings. The Ibanez comes with the Geek Bag standard, where the Bootlegger comes with the Stiletto OHS custom hard case. The weight, I don't see published on the Ibanez. The weight with the Bootlegger is 8 pounds. So both of the Bootlegger and the Ibanez's are beautiful, beautiful guitars. I spent a good time at NAMM at the Ibanez booth. Very impressed, nothing but positive. I would say that the Ibanez style is more progressive, where the Bootlegger is more minimalistic and ergonomic, because we definitely took a lot of that in mind as far as the design of how you can comfortably play the bass standing or sitting. So two stunning guitars, two starkly different designs or artistic look. Of course, again, the Ibanez has their active pickup system, where the Bootlegger is a bit more traditional with the passive setup, but it has a great tone. And we've had a couple guys buy them and put active pickups in it. That's up to each individual's taste, can be done, but we offer it with our Bootlegger BMK. Very well received passive humbuckers. So I'm doing direct raw recordings, DI direct into my computer from all of my Bootlegger guitars. So what I did, I'm posting a spectrum audio analysis of the raw audio, not amplified, not affected, the raw sound coming out of the Ace bass, into a spectrum audio analysis software, and you'll be able to see that from the low to mid to high range in its real time, and a video. And I'll be posting the Ibanez graph that they provide, which shows their spectrum analysis in a graph form. So you could, for those who understand that, you can look at the two and compare. I'll post some Bootlegger video, Ace video from our artists. I don't want to use any Ibanez videos because I don't have any right to do that. It's their copyrighted material. So you can, of course, go and Google Ibanez EHB 1000 and listen to a lot of videos and audio samples. But here I will have audio samples of the Bootlegger as well as the spectrum audio analysis. So to complete this, two beautiful, wonderful basses. The differences that I see that stand out to me: obviously design, stylistic look. The Ibanez active pickup system compared to the Bootlegger's passive system. Bootlegger offers a graphic nut, where Ibanez offers a plastic nut. Bootlegger comes with its own custom stiletto hard case for the Ace, while Ibanez offers their padded gig bag.
Hey, this is Raul for Bass Musician Magazine, and today we're going to check out the Bootlegger Ace Headless 4-string bass. Let's take a close look at the Bootlegger Ace 4-string headless bass. Made in Korea, this compact instrument is 39 inches long, 11 wide, and 1.5 thick. It weighs in at 8 pounds, has a 34-inch scale with 24 frets. They used high-quality woods for this. It has a 3-piece maple neck through body with ash wings. We've got a Brazilian cherry Hatoba fretboard, and the body is done with a honey natural clear polyurethane finish. It's built with an oval neck profile, 13.5 fretboard radius. We have a graphite nut. You can adjust the truss rod at the head. The fretboard has white pearl inlaid diamonds and side dots as fret markers. They also used high-quality South Korean hardware. There's a monorail bridge to isolate the strings, and it will utilize standard ball strings. The knobs are aluminum. When you look, you'll see a whiskey tattoo, not a logo, on the front of this bass, which is their traditional Ace of Spades bootlegger. In this instance, even though it's been designed to have an ergonomic balance, they included the optional Warwick chest bow extender that helps us players that are used to a bass with the weight at the head to kind of get a more comfortable feel for it, although it is equipped with regular strap posts. If you are using the chest bow extender, you're going to be using at one end of a strap, and in this instance it's a Dunlop strap. It looks to me like this is a strap lock retainer and then a regular strap post at the other end. The electronics are passive ceramic humbucking pickups. The order of the knobs is volume, volume, tone with a treble roll off. Those pickups are Buhong pickups. I may not be pronouncing that right. And this comes with a custom original hard shell case that has that traditional bootlegger tattoo on the outside. Okay, I wanted to do this so that you could get an idea what this looks like when you're not using the chest bow extender. I've got my Groove Gear Dave Ellison signature strap that is really easy to adjust on length. So what I did is I set it up to work this. As you can tell, kind of a very sharp angle here, right here. It's a little snug and the weight distribution is a little different. Even though this is an extraordinarily comfortable strap, having it spread with that chest extender makes things just a little more comfy, but this could work either way depending on your personal preferences. Here's the sound chain. We've got the bass hooked up with my Asterope cable, and that's running into my DNA head and cab. Now, very simple controls. We have volume, volume, and tone. So I'm going to go one at a time. So let's try the first volume. Nothing. We start bringing it up. Okay, so that is the front pickup. Let's try the next one. We're down to nothing again, and I'm going to raise it. Okay, now let's add in the two of them together, which is what I usually do anyway. Okay, so that's neither. Okay, that's full bore, both pickups. Okay, now adjusting the tone. I'm going to take it to the two extremes. That's one end. And let's go to the other extreme. Kind of sit in the middle. Okay, I think that gives you a good idea on what the sound is like when we are working the control knobs. Okay, so there you have it. Before we go, I also wanted to point out that the shape on this bass is made so that you can comfortably play sitting down as well as standing. So let's sum up what we've looked at. The Bootlegger Ace 4-string headless treble pro bass has a lot of good things going for it. It's well built. They used quality materials. It feels really solid. It does have, again, that little weight to it, little around 8 pounds, but that helps give you sustain on those long notes. It has a really cool look to it. So for your stage appearance, I mean, you really look kind of badass. So, I mean, it's gonna make you look good, I think, on stage. And I do like natural wood colors, but this could work for all kinds of genres of music, and it would fit nicely. The sound was really nice. The controls are very simple, and if you want to get more modification, you could always run it out into a preamp, into your pedal board, EQ, into your amp, however you want to do it. But you've got a nice basic signal coming out of here to give you something to work with. I was really impressed with the electronics. More often than not, I like to change out electronics on basses, but on this one, I think these are really decent. So those will give you something to work with nicely. The other part of the headless design, many traveling musicians have discovered that by not having a head attached on the neck here, it cuts down on the chances of breakage. The most common place that basses break when they're in transit is between the neck and the headstock. Don't have a head on here, you don't have anything to break off. So that is a really good point. The other part of this is that because it comes with a nice hard travel case, this thing looks really durable. It's going to be well protected from the get-go. So this would be perfect for the road. Also coming at a very reasonable price. You're looking at, right now they're listing it as $5.99 for the bass plus the case. I don't know if the chest bow extender is extra, but still, that's also a really good price if you're going on the road for a bass that is going to be dependable and sturdy. And if, heaven forbid, something happened to it, you could replace it reasonably. Other highlights and other good things, you can use regular strings, so you're not out having to purchase special strings. And I'm going to come back to that chest bow thing. I think that's a worthwhile investment. Even if it were to cost you a little extra, it's going to make you a lot more comfortable. I would go to the trouble to get a modified strap Wider, I think, is going to be a little more comfortable for this. I know there are probably some of you that play with 3-inch straps and it doesn't make a difference. I personally prefer a wider one, so that is just something I would change. The one thing that's really the challenge with this, it's got so many good features, it does take a little getting used to the way it feels. And that is just because of the body shape, the way your hand is going to fit. All of those are little details that would help you decide whether this is going to be the right instrument for you. So if you want more information, go to bootleggerguitar.com and you can look into more of the details. If possible, I would recommend get one of these in your hands, try it out, see how it feels and how you like it. If you are a touring working musician, I think this is a really good option for you. So this has been Raul, Bass Musician Magazine, bringing you the latest in the world of bass.
Hey, this is Roger Tiny Cores, bass player with Unknown Henson, here for Bootlegger Guitars. I want to talk to you about the new bass from Bootlegger, the Ace bass. And you're looking at one right here. This is the black version. It's going to be my signature model. And I also have this one right here, which is the model that's in production right now, the Ace bass. And I'd like to tell you a little bit about it. These are Korean made and really great materials to go into. A little backstory on Bootlegger. In 2018, in January, we did a outlaw country cruise. And while on the cruise, I ran into a gentleman named Chuck Wilson, who is the CEO and owner of Bootlegger Guitars. And he approached me and was talking about the company. And we talked about guitars and amps. They do guitars and amps, and they were wanting to get into the bass side of things. So he showed me this idea he had for a bass, and we traded numbers. Said when we get back home, give him a call, hook up, which I did. And great guy to talk to, really nice cat. And which, by the way, this is his design. This is his actual design of this bass. But after maybe a couple months, he told me the prototype was ready. He sent me the prototype to check it out. I did, and it was great. Played great, sounded great. I had a few observations about it I passed on to him, and of course they listened to everything and very open to suggestions. And so the new one is out now in production and being offered. And basically what we got here is a headless bass, as you see. Pro quality, stage worthy, but what I think it really excels at also is a travel instrument because of the size of it and the weight of it. It goes in a gig bag or a hard shell case. And I tell you, if you're traveling like I do and touring, it's great because, you know, if you got to work on material or got a little recording rig or something that you carry around, you know, a laptop or something, and you got work to do in your hotel room after a gig or whatever, this is the ticket, man, because it sounds great. It's strapped on your back. You're not going to knock into ceilings and doorways like I do when you put on a regular bass, about knock the headstock off. So I really dig this thing. The other thing that's cool about it, of course, is that the tuning keys are down here. And so when you put it in a gig bag, it virtually doesn't never go out of tune. I mean, it really stays in tune well. And the features of this thing, it's a full 24 fret, 34-inch scale. They have developed their own system where you actually don't have to use double ball strings. You can use regular bass strings. You just put them through here and you clamp this down. And then, of course, you can cut them off. What I do is I like to bend them down at a 90-degree angle in case you're using a, you know, a round core string or something that could separate from the windings. I always crimp them down after I put them through here. And then tighten down the Allen wrenches, which I think, you know, is a good way to go about it. And then you've got a monorail system down here on the bridge. Each one is an individual saddle. So I guess theoretically behind that is you're not getting sympathetic vibrations from a full bridge. You know, there's a lot of pluses for a high mass full bridge, but this works really well too. It's real clean and distinct. And of course you have adjustable saddles that you can adjust for intonation. Then you can lock it down with a set screw. And you know, these tuning knobs work great. Only thing you got to be sure of doing when you're stringing it up is to put the capture piece for the ball forward, so when you tune it up, you've got enough to pull back. The other thing is it's basically a two pickup instrument, and these are Korean-made pickups, but they sound great. They're quiet, got lots of tone, and I really dig them. They also there's another company that we're dealing with, Tesla pickups, and we're going to be talking about those soon also. So what you got is it's really a 13 point something radius. I used a 10-inch radius when I set mine up and it worked fine. So it's somewhere in between there. It's real easy to set up. Of course, it has a truss rod, but I haven't had to touch a truss rod in either one of them yet. And I was able to get I don't know if you can see, but the action is really close. I think it's 8/64 at the 17th fret is where I set it. The wood, it's a hard maple neck, and it runs all the way. So I think it's a laminate, three-piece laminate body all the way through, and then swamp ash wings on it. And the fretboard is, I'm not familiar with this wood. It's Brazilian cherry Jatoba wood. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it right, but it's a really nice fretboard, nice almost quasi diamond shaped inlays, and it feels great. And it's real comfortable. The radius that it's at is real comfortable. On basses, I think the flatter radius for me works really well. It's not like you're playing barred chords or something on a guitar where you like a lot of players like to have a, you know, rounder radius. So basically that's it. This one, like I said, is the gloss black. This will be the tiny model. And this one is the honey finish. And the other cool thing they do on these is they don't call this a logo. It's a tattoo. You hear that, Chuck? You got the Bootlegger Ace tattoo. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing they got. And the other thing is, like I said, you can either get a hard shell case or a gig bag with it. And I dig the gig bag, really, because I mean, it makes it so easy to get in and out of places. I think this is between 7 and 8 pounds, so it's nothing to it. It's pretty light. And the only other thing about it is it being this one being a full 2 octaves, it's pretty far out here, so that takes some getting used to. And I know some guys that have played it, they love it. They think that they have to get used to that. I think if you sit there and get used to it, you know, eventually you start feeling it. But regardless, we are offering a bracket that's going to be an option to go on the back here. But basically what it does, it extends your strap out to here like a horn of a bass. So that pulls it this way a little bit. So that is an option. And we're also talking about doing a short scale bass. So that should be really cool to have a short scale case in this bass in this design. So we're looking forward to that too. So I'm going to wrap this up now and demo the pickups, and I'll be right back with you. Back again, I want to just let you know we're in Greensboro, North Carolina at Earth Tone Studios, operated and owned by Benji Johnson, and we appreciate his time doing this. First off, this is both pickups wide open with the tone wide open. Okay, that's both pickups. All right. I'm going to roll off the bridge pickup all the way, and this will just be the neck pickup. That's just the neck pickup for like a upright or walking blues.